And I wanted to hop on and talk about shame and what we're going to be doing this month in this sacred space of ours. So, shame. Shame is the perception of the conscious perception, so the conscious awareness of committing like a social faux pas. So going against the norm, doing something that is wrong and unacceptable as laid out by society and the current status quo. So it is an internalization of this awareness, an internalization of another's displeasure or discomfort, and we take that in. So we internalize it, and it becomes a reflection of us, of our own perceived shortcomings. And it is so deeply insidious that many of us won't even admit to having this like universal overarching emotion because it is so deeply uncomfortable. And shame, its other friends are like guilt and embarrassment, but really it is shame that is at the core of all of this. I would say that more guilt and embarrassment are just other layers of it, other little subtle nuances. So, as you have heard me say so many times, and you will hear me say so many more times, the subtle creates the gross. The subtle being the littler, unseen, tiny bits that create our physical experience. So for the human, we can look at our physical body and it's our cells, our DNA, these little bitty microscopic pieces that are coming together to create a gross, dense physical form. And in our subtle realms of our larger being, our being at large, it's our emotional and mental and spiritual bodies that are influencing the creation of our physical body and our whole physical life and physical experience. So these unprocessed emotions, these outdated programs and mindsets that are running the show and continually dictating everything, our behavior, our choices, everything in our physical experience, including our lives. And so this is where the source of all dis-ease is: physical ailments, physical suffering, unhappiness and dissatisfaction with our work, with our lives, with our relationships. All of this is in our subtle realms. So the gross is a manifestation and a mirror of that. So these imprints typically result in the "there's something wrong with me" story, right? All human suffering has its roots in the "there's something wrong with me" story. And this is shame. So all human suffering, all dis-ease, all anything that is causing us misalignment and this internal grinding and friction and this gap between our present selves and our true ideal high self, whatever you want to call that person for you, is shame. It's all shame. It is shame, shame, shame all day long. So the things that hold us back in life, that block real intimacy with others, so not just in romantic relationships, but in friendships and any type of relation with other, the things that keep us stuck and unwell, and the things that have us experiencing dis-ease, the absence of ease, it's all shame. Not living our purpose, not getting our needs met, having boundaries that are crossed, being able to make sustainable, consistent, nourishing steps for ourselves rather than falling back or falling off the wagon, whatever that even means. It's all shame. And so this month, we're working directly with our shame stories. All right, we're going there. And yeah, like it's not glitzy and glamorous all the time, and it's a little uncomfortable. And that's the point. The things that we are resisting simply amplify and kind of keep it like all hunky-dory in the way that it is, and don't allow us to go to where we're meant to go and to relearn the language of our soul. We're too busy speaking this like weird shitty language that life taught us or that our parents taught us or whatever else, and it's time to relearn the language of your soul and to dance with your own unique flavor of your shame story. So this is Shameless September. I just made that up this morning in meditation. It came to me. So, Shameless September, all right? For now, I want you to begin to identify your visions and your needs. Just start to let them be here. And for so many of us, and so many of my clients, that just like elicits crickets. You'll ask yourself, like, what do I need? What vision do I have for my life? And it's like this crickets in your brain, or this like anxiety, like, oh, I don't know. That's that friction, that grinding, that like, okay, I have this vision, or I have this thing, but, and then insert the blank. That's your shame story right there. I have this thing, but it's crazy. I have this thing, but I don't deserve it. I have this thing, but I'll never get it. I have this thing, but it's not for me. Whatever the case is, that is your flavor of your shame story. So allow yourself to hear for these next couple of days. This is our Shameless September Challenge Part 1, all right? Yes, I'm just kind of flying off the seat of my pants. When things come to me in meditation, you know it's real, all right? They're just, it's got to be done. It's got to be said. So, all right? So identify and hear your visions and your needs. And really pay attention to that but. And for starters, just allow those things to come through you. And let yourself have them. Let yourself have the need. Let yourself have the vision and just be with it. And it could be anything. Anything in the whole wide world. This is just between you and yourself. So you're training yourself to feel and to know, like, this is a safe space for me to explore and for me to need. And I'm not going to bypass and resist this anymore because I'm done. That way may have worked for a while and now it's not working. So share with us over the next coming days if you feel so inclined. I would love to hear some of these needs and visions and desires, and really would love to hear the but that comes after it. So you can start to identify how shame is showing up for you and how your unique flavor of shame is really dictating the show, because it shows up in every other facet. So this is how we begin to coax it out and to begin to recognize that, yeah, it's here. Like, I'm not exempt from this human experience, and the result, or the root, not the result, the root of my stuckness or of my challenges or the reason why I have not gone where I know I can be is because of shame. And I'm befriending how it shows up and getting really clear about it. So that's it for now. Just accepting that shame is real. You are not exempt. Neither am I. It is at the root of all of our suffering. We each carry our own unique flavor of the shame story, and the overarching cause of all suffering is shame. And for now, simply allow yourself to hear your visions and your needs and get out of the habit of like poo-pooing them or, yeah, but no, because of XYZ. Just allow yourself to hear it. And it's not a self-centered practice. It's not like, oh, then I'm telling the universe I'm needy and I don't have things because I need things. No, we're not playing any new age bullshit. Just allowing yourself to have a need, because that need is your map. And when the shame shows up on the other side, you can start to like reverse engineer the true root thing. And then we just like, it's like having a splinter, you know, it's like little nasty things and they're causing you so much discomfort. And then you like pull that little sucker out and it's good. Or if you have a garden and you have little I don't like to say the weed word because I don't believe there are weeds, but if you have something there that isn't there, I'm an herbalist and a plant medicine woman. There are no weeds. Everything is welcome. However, if they're in your garden and they're sucking nutrients from your watermelon, I'm looking out my window right now, my watermelon are not doing so well. If you don't pull it out by the root, it's going to keep coming back. So we're not pacifying symptoms and we're not playing new age self-help bullshit games, okay? Looking at these things, allowing yourself to be there. You are your best healer and your best guide and your best coach. And so getting inside and really just like being with yourself. What's here? What do I need? What are my visions? What comes through when I give myself that space and permission to allow it to come through? And like, what's on the other side of it? I need this, or I envision this, but oh, that's so big, or oh, that's stupid, or oh, it's whatever. So start to look at the stories and the visions and the needs now, and we will keep playing with this in the coming days. And please share some of them that come up. All right? Shameless September. I Googled it to see if it was a thing, and apparently there's a show called Shameless. I've never heard of it or seen it. I don't know if that makes me like really out of the pop culture scene. Is it like a big deal show? I don't know. But that's all that came up. So I'm starting something. Hashtag yo. Was there anything else? I made notes. I think that's it for now. There's so much for me to say. This is truly my passion. There's so much healing on all levels that can come out of this when we work with our shame stories. I have had clients and seen some miraculous changes and healings when we can just be with this. Okay? So just be. That's this first step. And I will see you in a few days for the next part.